Hi, welcome to this analysis on Bitcoin with Bitcoin Gorilla. Now, this analysis is going to be done from scratch, pure price action, and the strategy I'll be using is no other strategy but a pure price action strategy developed by me out of my experience of trading. Now, this strategy I am going to be drawing from scratch. So if you're a beginner to trading, trust me, you're going to be able to understand every step. Simple. I'm going to start this analysis. Now let me introduce myself. I am Bitcoin Gorilla, the founder of Makaveli Traders. Now Makaveli Traders is a community of traders that believe in pure price action. It's a lifetime access when you become a member, and trust me, I trade daily with each and every student live. You trade what I trade, students share their results. So if I enter Bitcoin, I tell you I'm entering Bitcoin, and you have a chance to enter Bitcoin with me. When I'm exiting, I'm also telling you. So it's a lifetime community of crypto traders, and trust me, our best skills comes from futures. We love futures. I love futures, and this strategy is developed using futures, but it can be used on spot or anything, any crypto, any market. This works, not just crypto. Take it to the stock, take it to whatever market. This strategy is going to work for you. So stick by, because I'm going to start by first of all looking for the most important levels. Now when I'm doing my analysis, a lot of people worry after a few days of watching my analysis and start maybe a week or two, they complain that price is not yet moving. Now mind you, my analysis are long-term analysis. Please, I don't do short-term because of my strategy. My strategy can be used short-term, but personally I'm a long-term trader. So most of my analysis are daily chart, weekly chart, sometimes even monthly, but most times I don't bring it here. That is for my Makaveli traders, for long-term investors. But here right now, I use on this channel, we are always giving you long-term, because we know it's going to take you to make money in crypto. You have to at least hold your coin for at least 2-3 months when the move is happening. You can enter earlier or whatever, but let me tell you something. You must know that it takes patience to succeed in anything in crypto, especially because of how volatile it is. You have to learn patience, and most importantly, know when to enter and when to exit a trade. So let me start. If you've not subscribed, do subscribe so that you won't miss analysis like this. I do drop all the time. As far as I get any little chance, I jump on it and I drop it, because I'm always on the go. I will draw it live, so there's no need for me to actually even delay. So first of all, I'm going to start looking for the most important levels on my chart. So if you look closely, I see a very clear important level right there. Now what are this level? What are support and resistance? But support and resistance are area on your chart where prices get to and start having this funny move or neither moving ahead. So if price was moving up, when it gets to that level, it stopped moving, right? And something seems to push it down and price instantly plummets. Or maybe when it's going down and it gets to this level, and then that is resistance. The first one I described, when it's going up, is resistance. When it's going down, it's looking for support. It's looking for that area where it gets to, and it hits that level. It can no longer go down. It has to find its way to bounce. So in our situation, that level was right here, right? When it first went up, this is the first place it returned to. Then it went up again. You can see it returning to the same level. Then it went again, the same level. So that is a very important level for me to take a map of. So that's why I placed that line right there. So that is what I'll be looking for when I'll be placing other level. I see another one right there. I see another one right there. Yeah, right there. And I can say I do see another one right here, right? So the good thing is, if I pick the same level, I can come right here. Like for me, I like drawing all my chart, because you don't know sometimes when volatility can be too high and it breaks support and resistance break all the time. And that is why I don't treat support and resistance as a line. I treat them as an area. So you're going to see what I mean. So the next thing I'm going to do is, there was a breakout, right? There was a strong breakout on this weekly chart. Now this breakout occurred, let me say, on the weekly chart. The move started right here, right? Very clearly the move started right now. There was a long time consolidation, and we had this move that really changed everything for Bitcoin. Now mind you, this chart you're looking at here is futures, Bitcoin futures, perpetual futures, Binance. So price move, always know that the charts are different. Spot Bitcoin chart is different from futures Bitcoin chart. It's different from options Bitcoin chart. So always know what you're trading, because even on the futures there is monthly and there is daily, and you can deliver at any time. That's perpetual, and the one you can deliver quarterly. So mind you must know what Bitcoin chart you are on, because prices are never the same in all the chart. So you can see that we have this clear breakout right here. The breakout went all the way up, right? The first time real reaction, yeah, there was a reaction here, but there was nothing going down. So the most important reaction I see is right here. But hey, don't leave anything to chances. I'm going to place a line right there. It's weekly chart, so don't worry about it looking too close to each other, because by the time we go to daily chart, it's going to look way more better. So let me take away these lines. So the next thing I will do is I want to contain after we had the biggest pump, right? The biggest pump moved from here. Let's take off the point where it started, and it went all the way to this point. This is the biggest reaction we had. So there was a reaction here, there was a reaction here, there was a reaction here, there was a reaction here. But the biggest reaction took us way down and broke the bull market structure. So the bull market structure was broken here. That's the higher lows, right? So what I'm going to do is I want to contain those drama in one place, right? So I'll pick a box, right? And I'm going to contain it from the point of the highest pump to the return, right? The biggest return we have is right here. So that's the biggest retest. The retest was kind of extended because what happened, there was now a sideways. So I have this very important area I contained in a box, right? Let's adjust this box, right? But here's the thing, you can see they trapped outside the box. They find their way to return to the top of the box to retest the box, and now you can see them. They made a funny move, right? You think it's a breakout, it looks fake out, and they returned. It's actually a fake out. If for them to break this low is a fake out, so they'll return. So we have to take note of that movement. So what I'm going to do is, at this point, I want to see what happened. So I'm going to contain a bigger box. Now this box I'm going to draw is a box that is going to take note of the first point reaction after the breakout and the fake out they just made. So I'm going to extend this one so they will meet each other. Now I'm going to change the color of the box. I'm going to change the color of the box. So now you see the color of the box. I've changed it. Now here is the most important thing. These two area, this area and this area, they are outside the bigger one we first draw. So let's just leave that on one side, but just take note of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see another drama happened in the middle. I'm going to get the middle of the first box that I draw. So I'm going to pick the box again. I'm going to get the middle of that box. But before I do that, let's get the areas. I told you I treat support and resistance as an area, and each box has its own support and resistance area. Let me show you. This particular box, this is its own support and resistance area. That's the bigger blue box. The bigger blue box, that is the support and area resistance area of the bigger blue box. So I'm going to highlight it right here again. So the bigger blue box. Now you see how important this area is. You see how important this area is. So this is the support area of this big blue box, and this is the resistant area of that big blue box. So we're taking note of that. Now what about the box that is inside? It also needs its own support and area, resistance area. This box, this yellow box, right? Because remember, that's the first box we drew. So what I will do is also get its own support and resistance area, which is right here, right? Nothing will be forwarded, so you see each and everything that I do clearly. Now this is it, right? Now I want to get the middle of this box because I see some sort of drama happening each time price gets to the middle of the box, right? If what is the middle of the bigger box, right? Remember, there is a bigger box and there are two boxes I drew, and each of them I try to get the support and resistance area, and then now I am looking for the middle of each of them. For the yellow box, this particular one, the middle is this red one. The support and resistance area of the top is this one. This is the resistance area, this is the support area. What about the middle of this blue box, this blue one, this box? Let me zoom it in. What about the middle of this box? This is the biggest box, right? So we're going to get the middle of that box right now, and I can tell you the middle of the box is right here. This is the middle of the box, and you can see the drama that it contains. So I'm going to change the color of that. This is the middle of this big blue box. You can see it. Is the middle of the box, somewhere around there. Now here's what price did each time it comes to the middle of the box. The reason why I take note of the middle of the box is just like a channel. The middle of a channel always have this drama of back and forth, of price acting funny whenever it gets to it. It's the same thing with this my strategy. The middle of the box always have this drama, right? Always have this drama that goes on. This is the middle of this bigger box, right? And the middle of this bigger box, this is the middle of the blue bigger box, right? So let's take away all this drawing so that we can clear things out. No, let's go back. I said I wasn't going to cut anything on this video, so it's going to be posted the way it's recorded. So the thing is this. Let's get the middle of that box again. Let's redraw it again. Let's use another different color this time. Yes, and let's make it lighter. Okay, so that's the middle of the bigger box. So remember our box, our yellow box. This our yellow box also has a middle, which is the red area, right? Which is the red area, this red area highlighted. Now here is the most important thing about this analysis on the weekly chart, is that I can actually draw a bias line. Now this is where our bias line comes in. I can get two very important bias line. The first one, this one I drew now, is working with the biggest box that we draw, and price has not come back to it since price left it here, since the breakout. That's why I say take note of that breakout. Since we had that breakout, price has respected this line 3 times before the breakout, but it has not retested it since it has left it. Now that is not a good sign, right? Now remind you, this white line that I just drew now is working with our biggest box, the blue box. Let me highlight the box again. This box is working with this box. That's where they down. There is another box we drew, the yellow one. Now let's get the line of that yellow one. The line of that yellow one starts from this point, because we have at least minimum of 2 touches, right? Minimum of 2 touches, which is what? Right here and right here, right. Now price, again, this is weekly chart. Can I take it to daily chart and see how all this looks like? This is what my chart now looks like on daily chart. So you can see I did not draw any of this drawing on daily chart, but now after my drawing, returning to daily chart, this is what my chart looks like. So now I am seeing very important line. I can see that with daily chart I can actually get another bias line, because I am following the bias line and I want to know when it gets broken, because when it gets broken it's going to affect my boxes, right? So here's the thing, this is what I have. I can see that right now Bitcoin still needs to get to this box, which also, it's not just coincidence. There's no coincidence that my line is also hitting the same area as my box, right? The top of my red box. Now if it breaks through this box, now I see 3 support, three very important support. It's either Bitcoin comes here and start moving back, right? Where is it going to? It's either it gets stopped right here or right here. Now here's what I see again. Let's take it all back. Let's take it all back. I'm going to show you everything I'm saying the way I'm saying it. So the next thing I want to do, let's say I want to actually connect this as a channel. Right. I know I will tell you why I'm doing this. Let's say I want to connect this as a channel. Now if you want to learn what all this is, we have live classes on Zoom when we do practical drawing, practical live trading. Trust me, every week, and trust me, it's a lifetime access. Once you become a member, there's no renewal. You don't have to pay for anything again. You will trade with me for a lifetime. You can use whatever I teach you to teach whoever you want to teach and live a better life. Bitcoin is likely going to change a lot of people's life as Bitcoin grows. So mind you, this my analysis works for any market. Trust me, all charts. Now the next thing I'm going to tell you is this. According to this, our expanding channel, because this is an expanding channel, right? We all know what an expanding channel is. If you don't know, please join Makaveli Trader so you get trained on how to do this. This is an expanding channel. The most important thing, remember, is our higher time frame. The biggest higher time frame is these two lines. They are the two expanding channel. Remember, the two white line is what I'm referring to. They are the two expanding channel. So if they are to continue, then they will likely get to this point. That's 82k to at 84k, right? That is if the bulls are to continue to finish what they started, right? Let's get this one right. So let's take that off those ones so it won't complicate things for us. So you can see that price is likely, according to my strategy, if price is going to likely return, if the bulls can sustain the buy strength, for me the chances are low. If I am to follow what the box is saying, the chances are low right now for this move to happen. But this is crypto, anything can happen. But I am not betting on that. Instead, I see way more move on this side, right? So because why? Too many resistance right now. This is resistance. This 3 area now is a resistance to where price is. So each move, each line, each of my box, the price drop into, the price turns to a resistance. So this one, it has dropped below this, it has dropped below this. Now if it's going to get, it will get to this point. Now that is where the support is. This area, right? It's actually within a support area. Is within a support area. Why do I say it's within a support area? Now let's take to a mini chart. What is my mini chart? 4 hours. I don't trade below 4 hours. I like 4 hours is my mini chart. Like if I want to trade daily and all that, I use 4 hours. So this is how 4 hours work for me. I go to 4 hours. What am I looking for? I want to see the middle. Remember our middle box, the middle of our box, this one in red, right? It also has its own support and resistance area, right? It has its own support and resistance area. So I have to find it. So how do I get it? I have to help me know how far when price is. So I can say that here is the area. You can see when price gets there, there's always a drama. And I can also say here is another area. I need to reduce the color of this to help me see the chart way clearer. I highlighted it to help you understand what I was doing, but when you want to draw, you want your chart to be clearer, right? So let's reduce the colors. So remember, it is this red box right here. We are looking for the support and resistance area. So for us to do that, we have to extend it, right? We have to extend it, right? So that's the box we are looking for, the support and resistance area. So this is the support and resistance area. So I'm going to highlight this. This is 4 hours. That box is representing 4 hours trade, right? So it's telling me that price is already hanging within Why do I point that area? Just look at this. Let me extend it a little. I will tell you why I chose this particular area as the area. How? This, right? Look at it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And it has returned to that area. So you see, it's within the area of support, but it has not touched the major support. This is where the major support is. 50k, right? This is the major support right now. They have to sustain. There will be a bounce, a reaction here, but then they could also just dive to this point. There is a double bottom right now happening, which they can sustain, right? They could sustain it here, but their major support is right here. Anything that breaks them below this line, this point, anything that breaks them below this meeting point, get ready to meet them here. Anything that takes them below 48k, expect them to get to 38k or 42k. This area is another important area. If they fail to hold all this area, they are actually in a support area, because you can see the last time they came, they always bounce by just touching the tip of this area. Just the tip of this area, they managed to bounce right here. Just the tip, again they bounce. So but the bounce might not sustain as far as you want. It could be a bounce of something that happened similar here. You can see something again happen similar here, and again something similar here. So we can get a bounce to something similar again happening, then they touch the point again. So here is what I see. If they are to follow that box, here's what I see. I see them coming to this point, returning here at this point before moving. That is what I see. If they are going to keep going the bull run they are currently having, if they are going to keep it, else expect them to get to the down of 50k. If they break 48k, expect them to get to 42k to 38k. And here we don't hope this big box take us for a ride, because if this big box take us for a ride, the whole of 2022 might be a down move for Bitcoin according to weekly chart. That is a long-time prediction. That is not a short-term prediction. I'm talking about the whole of 2022. I don't know how long this is going to happen, but if the biggest box plays out, then expect the biggest trend line to also play out, which means 30k to 28k is possible. And if the big boss, like I say, my analysis said that price will move like this. It will retest the weekly breakout, which was here. I hope that doesn't happen. Sorry, it won't break outside the box. It will stop somewhere. That is worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, it will get to this point. That's why I say take note of this point. When I was drawing that blue box, I say take note of this point, because this point will be a very important point to Bitcoin, and that is 12k to 18k, 19k, 20k area. So this is a very important point. But worst case scenario, because why? We have a major support we have not broken before, which is 28k area to what? 32k area. This is a big support, and don't underestimate this support as well, which is this is 4-hour support, daily support, weekly, and this is monthly, because the box is monthly. Let me take you to monthly so you see for yourself. Let me show you on monthly so you see why that is where the move started, right? So you can see that is where the move started, and this will be a big loss for a lot of people who did not exit that trade, because why? It will clear all previous move. And you can see the threat of November is not literally closing good. November is not literally closing good. It's trying to look like something like this. We hope that this move continue, but I know that there could be a move that could take us to 40k or 30k. I am not hoping this happens to Bitcoin, but it's good to tell you what I see. It's good to tell you what I see, but there are too many support, and I know this support are higher time frames, so they won't get easily broken. Thank you for watching. I remain Bitcoin Gorilla. If you've not subscribed, do subscribe. And if you can, join Makaveli Trader. Makaveli Trader is not for everybody. It's for those who want to learn how this can make them a living for life. Those who want to take this as a business, you must know when to buy and when to sell, and you must know how to actually do it yourself using simple boxes. Just finding the support and resistance is very easy. So if this works out for you, if this plays out for you, and you are able to make something out of this, just make sure, don't forget to give us a thumb, and make sure you share it to reach as many people as possible. Thank you for watching. I remain your girl, Bitcoin Gorilla.